to enjoy it at this stage?
As I say, it's easy to enjoy it when you're playing well. It's good, though, that both players have got a frame in the board. That's the important thing. Set up nicely.
Well, we are certainly enjoying it. Back to frame 3 we go.
Well, both these players have come into the semi-final with some very good form, it has to be said. And he's cued well across that one again. So, I mean, he looked so good in the opening frame, Judd, but then if you watch this again, he's just cueing across the ball somewhat. So that's early worrying signs for Judd and his camp. Meanwhile, Gary Wilson will have forgotten the pink he missed in the opening frame and can settle down a little bit, but I think he's the sort of player who's going to cope with these conditions. I really do. I think he'll relish the one table situation here.
Yeah, I totally agree, Dennis. I think he's really enjoying it. Looks very calm, composed, and that's what you've got to do out there. Enjoy the challenge. He's going to get a lot of help from his opponent if he keeps missing balls like that distance. That will settle Judd Trump a bit.
5.
And particularly if Gary Wilson takes advantage of those mistakes.
I think after he came through that last frame win against Luca Bissell, the longest frame
12.
in the history of the Crucible, at just over 69 minutes, I think from that he's just got stronger and stronger. Just let the cue ball slip away. Sometimes it's difficult to control that, but he's okay if he rolls the black in. There's a red to the right of the bunch that he can get on. But we know they're tough when you're near the cushion. Key early. Important shot here. Good cueing. Excellent cueing. Left himself a choice of reds.
Well, that tells you how well he's cueing off the side cushion. Didn't try and just drop it in dead weight. Played it with full top spin to be on either the red to the left, which he's on now, or a little bit slower. He would have been on this red to the right, as you mentioned. Those are the type of shots, aren't they, Dennis? Off the cushion,
21.
you know, those blacks under a bit of pressure. Just cued him in nicely. Really settle you down.
Just
short of pace. He wanted to be straight on this red. He's got the red up into the top right hand corner pocket. It's dead straight. It shouldn't be too much of a problem, but he wants to be straight on the one into this bottom right hand corner pocket. So red up into the green pocket, as we call it. Yeah, all the way.
37.
And there'll be one very interested Geordie watching Gary. He sent me a message after Gary won his last game.
44.
Tim Healy from Benidorm and Arvida Sempet. He was here when I managed to win back in 1985, and he's a big fan of Gary. He's cheering him on.
45.
Still got that red, the loose red. That's on the extreme right of all the reds. Tried to just nudge another red out.
52.
Didn't manage to do that, but was always going to be on this red. Played that nicely.
I think he's got an angle. He doesn't have to do much with this. If he drops it in, I'm sure he can just get round the back of the black here. I mean, he can stun it if it's not a natural, but I think that will be available to him.
Thank you.
Inch perfect.
53.
I must say, I've been very impressed with Gary Wilson. His cue ball control throughout this championship. It's been top drawer. One more loose red. And when he plays this loose red, he release the red to the right of the pink into the left centre pocket. He could bring one of these two reds, when potting this red, below it into play as well. The two reds below this red, he could just brush off it. He's a little bit wary of doing it in case he snookers himself on the black, but what would you do here, Dennis?
Well, if he was 60 in front or 60 behind, he'd definitely play the cannon, so that's why he doesn't want to risk it in case he just runs out of position.
61.
Yeah, it was one of those funny little choices he had. Do I risk the cannon or do I wait and get the cannon or on a red from the black? He's played to leave the red to the middle, so he's certainly thinking clearly out
68.
there. Just needs this red. This is fabulous from this player who, as I said, Ken, I just think he'll relish the one table situation and
76.
being in the semi-final of the World Championship.
For a big match here, because his opponent
92.
is sending all the signals that he's not nervous one little bit.
$93.
He's had 7 centuries so far this year in the Betfred World Championship. We've had 82, chasing that
98.
record of 86 set in 2015 and 16. But this is wonderful, and every ball going right
99.
in the centre of the pocket. Another milestone in the career of Gary Wilson. He makes his first century break on the one-table situation here in the Crucible Theatre.
105.
What a start this is.
106.
Absolutely fantastic. He played a cue ball in and out of ball, in between yellow and brown. Beautiful, well played.
113.
He's really turning on the style here. Oh,
115.
calm down, Gary, calm down.
Thank you.
And there's a possible 140 on here.
180.
The high break at the moment is held by his opponent, Judd Trump. Magnificent break of 141. Going to come up one short.
122. 127.
He must be feeling pretty good inside. This is wonderful stuff.
133.
What a magnificent clearance from the Geordie, Gary Wilson. A break of 140. And it takes him into a 2 frames to 1 lead.